Hey boo, hey, you know what day it is. What day is it today? It's Tuesday Tea with D. Tuesday Tea with D. Tuesday Tea with D. Tuesday Tea with D. It's Tuesday Tea with D. 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 Hey, boo, hey, it's your girl, Detra Trueheart, your life purpose generator, purpose provoker, your personal life coach, consultant, speaker, all the things, coming this week with a new dose and serving of Tuesday Tea with D. And so, I'm serving tea, and we are back with one of the faves, which is the elderberry loose tea. It's the elderberry fortress. And I was sad, child, because I'm almost out of my little bag, and I need to put an order in because this tea right here is good. Mind you, I traveled to Savannah to get some tea and I bought 2 bags, honey. Can we say it's gone? And so they have the smaller bags and the bigger bags. I might have to get a big bag because this right here, this and my pomegranate, honey, listen, good, good, good. So let's see. Oh God, it's so good. It's so good. And I haven't had it in a few weeks because I've been going with the Old Faithful with the peppermint tea and my green tea with the ginger because I've been doing, preparing for iSpeaklife Live. We'll talk about that in a little bit, and speaking, and then also, being under the weather. And so I just was like, okay, let me just, because I know that is, it's helpful, but this is good too. And so, honey, listen, we're going to put that order in because we need this. And I dropped one of my Ricola cough drops, the honey, lemon, and echinacea. And so it's got a little sass in it as well. But yes, we are doing good on the tea. Do you hear me? So I missed you. Like it's been, I think, at least a week or two since we've talked. We just closed out, depending upon when you're watching this video, it is December 12th, 2023. And yesterday we closed out I Speak Life Live. We had an after party. We had some of the ladies come who attended. We had some new ladies come who had not attended, but who want to attend. And let me just tell y'all, we had a time. God dropped some new nuggets that we didn't even talk about, last weekend. But I Speak Life Live was so good. And I'm going to drop this really quickly so you can save the date, honey. I Speak Life Live is December 6th through 8th, 2024. Same place, same location, Niagara Falls, New York. And so I want you to put it in your calendar right now so that it's already on your calendar. And then when tickets go on sale, you can get your ticket. And just know that tickets are going to go on sale probably before the end of 2023 and probably at the beginning of 2024. And so whether you get pre-sale or early bird, you want to get your ticket. Okay. So that's that. I do want to share that we had an amazing time. I'm not going to take a whole lot of time talking about I Speak Life Live, but if you were there, I want to say thank you for attending. Thank you for coming. Thank you for allowing me to hold space for you to get breakthrough, transformation, answer prayers, all of the things. A lot of dreams were reignited. A lot of dreams were remembered. Women had healing, transformation. Like there were a lot of things that happened at I Speak Life Live. And so this is the premier event that Women Who Hold Space for Others comes to, so that she can allow herself to be held space for as well. And so I hold space for those who hold space for others. And so if that's you, I want you to make sure that you are in the room. Okay. The next thing that I want to share really quickly is my 90-minute strategy sessions are available, and you just need to go to trueheartspeaks.as.me/get started, trueheartspeaks.as.me/get started, so that you can book your strategy session. And let me just say that these are really, really, really good for for clarity, for brain picking. If you want to pick my brain, you want to ask me a lot of questions. Maybe there's something that you see me doing that you want to do. And so you want to be able to maybe get some steps, you want to get some strategy, you want to get instructions, tools, resources, all of the things. This is the time to do that. The other reason why I think it's important for you to book your 90-minute strategy session is because maybe you are interested in working with me one-on-one, but you're not really sure what that's going to look like. This is a perfect introduction, right? And so this is for high capacity men and women who really just need clarity. They need strategy. They need tools. They need resources. Sometimes they need to pick me up, to kind of sort through some things, and they need counsel. They need advice on some stuff. And so if that's you, I want you to go to TrueheartSpeaks.com, TrueheartSpeaks.as.me/get started in order to book your session. It's a $500 investment. You just click the link, click in your information, pay for your call, schedule your call, and then we meet. It's literally that simple. It's all of the steps in that one link. And so again, if that's something that you're interested in, you want to make sure that you book your appointment, and specifically, let's book the appointment before the end of the year so that you can be ready for 2024. Let's not wait until 2024. Okay. This could be the perfect gift for you, for yourself, right? When we talk about showing up for you in the same way that you show up for others, you go all out for everybody else, but not really for you. I want you to go out for you as well. Okay. All right. So with that being said, let me take, excuse me, a sip of this tea. And I will probably be sipping on the tea the entire time, simply because my voice and my throat is still in recovery from being not well, and also for speaking for 3 days in a row. And so just bear with me with today's conversation, but it is going to be good. All right, so let's talk. So last time we talked, I did a continuation of a talk and that I did in my morning walk talk. And so I'm going to do that again today. I just feel like no sense in like reinventing the wheel or coming up with something new. I can just really continue the conversation. For one, because I know that there are a lot of people who are not in my Facebook group. And so if you're not a member of my Facebook group, I'd love for you to be a part of the iSpeaklife Society. It's a free Facebook group for women of faith. But also, I recognize that there are some people who are in the Facebook group who are not on YouTube, or who do not watch my Tuesday Tea with D. And child, I don't know why, but they need to get with it. You hear me? So yesterday's conversation was based around the question, what do you need and do you know? And that topic came to me because that is a question, for one, that I ask a lot in reflection time with my inner circle, that I ask with my incubator, and that I ask even with monthly reflection in my inner circle, and the monthly reflection that I do in my Facebook group around identifying what you need in whatever goals or whatever the things that you are trying to achieve, specifically for that month. And I started to really think about, as we are closing out 2023, like literally in about 3 weeks. And because Christmas, I think, is like in 2 weeks, and New Year's Eve is literally, I think, like that was 2 weeks from yesterday. And so I wanted to really kind of ask you a couple of really these questions, but ask you a couple of questions and really ask you to ponder what it is that you are looking to accomplish over these next 3 weeks. And then also, what are some things that you're looking to accomplish when you start the year? And when you think about what you want to accomplish, the things that you need to get done, what do you need? A lot of times, the reason you are stuck and stalled is because you really don't know what you need, right? Sometimes you don't know what you want. Sometimes you have not even gotten clear on your goals. You have not gotten clear and really sat down on what the things that you need to be doing, right? And so, sometimes, what you need to do is schedule your, all of your doctor's appointments. If you haven't done that, schedule your doctor's appointment. So what do you need to do that? Maybe you need time. Maybe you need to take, some time on your lunch break to make those phone calls. Maybe you need to find a new doctor. Maybe you need to find, a new OBG, or a new, a new dentist, or a new eye doctor. Like what is it that you need to follow through on what it is that you say that you need to be doing? And so I think we have to start getting very, very, very intentional with reflection. And I have learned that, over the years, that that's where the clarity comes in. And so part of the framework that I teach, when I'm coaching, is around this idea of getting quiet, giving yourself time to settle into a thing, giving yourself time to, to process a thing, and really sometimes letting things rise to the surface so that you can actually identify, what's going on and maybe what you need to address what's going on. And so when we're doing that, you can't get clear without getting quiet. When you've got confusion and you've got all kinds of stuff happening around you, though, that's where those anxious thoughts come in. That's where, you're not able to think clearly and correctly and properly, where your thoughts are all over the place. But when you get quiet and you get settled and you position yourself in a space that allows there to be peace and grace and ease and flow, things start to just kind of come. And so I want you to first really start to be intentional with getting quiet so that you can be clear about what it is that you need to be doing. And that also includes making time for God to allow Him to talk to you instead of you spending all the time having a conversation with Him. That's a monologue, not a dialogue. And so sometimes you need to sit and just sit and listen and say, okay, Lord, you know what I have need of. You know what's going on. There are things that I could ask you, but I want to hear from you. Sometimes you need to do that, because in that, then you'll get clarity around what you need to be doing. And then also you'll get clarity around what you need, because sometimes God will tell you exactly what you need or who you need, right? Sometimes your what is a who. And so being clear that if, let's just say, right, like you need support in getting out of your own way, what you need is a who. You need a coach. You need this coach, right? So that you can get unstuck, you can get started, and you can get moving. Sometimes you need to sort through some life strategies, and you need to sort through some struggles and some challenges. And so even in that space, working through how to get out of your own way so that you can kind of see your way clear in navigating what you're going through. You need to come talk to Coach D. So I want to say on day 3 for I Speak Life Live, we have a put me first action plan where we put together a self-care plan for the ladies so that they really are intentional about making time and space for themselves. And then the other thing we do is a get moving action plan. And we talk about all of the different things that they need to be doing. And one of the questions is what do you need, and do you know what you need in order to make it happen? The other one is who do you need, and do you know who you need in order to make it happen, right? Because you may need an accountant, but you may not know an accountant, right? um you may, and sometimes you may not know, right? You may not know what you need. And so this conversation is important, because while people are busying themselves with the holidays and decorating and preparing for family gatherings and holiday parties, and even just like some people are trying to just hustle through the end of the year, be clear on what you need for these next 3 weeks. For you, it might be rest. You might need a reset, right? You might need to refresh. And so the ladies got that at I Speak Life Live the last weekend. But because you weren't there, you might need to take some time for a reset, to reimagine some things, to reignite some things, to reestablish some things. And sometimes it's just to rest so that you can recover from all that your mind, your body, and your spirit, have gone through this entire year. And so, what is it that you need, right? Do you need to finish what you started? Do you need to keep going? Do you need to pick up what you put down? Do you need to rest? Right? Do you need to, maybe is the goal to spend more time with family? Is it to spend more time with friends? Is it to, revisit, your financial situation, right? So your money, going through the past year and look like, what is it that you need? What do you need? What do you need in this season, and do you want? One of the ladies in I Speak Life Society, she said, and she was also an attendee for I Speak Life Live. And so last night at the after party, she talked about saying she needed meal planning. She needed help with meal planning, that would take a load off of, her in, being able to create time and space for herself. And so maybe you need somebody to clean your house. Maybe you need somebody to do your laundry. Maybe you need help with meal planning for the meals. Maybe you need a nanny for your kid. Maybe you need a babysitter, so that you can, have days where you can go off on your own, or you can hang out with some girlfriends or some guy friends. Maybe you need an accountant, maybe you need a coach, maybe you need an attorney. Like, what do you need? Maybe you need a nap, child. Maybe you need to go lay down somewhere and sit yourself down somewhere, and that's it. But you got to know what you need. And if you don't know what you need, the first thing that I would tell you is you need to get your journal, you need to get quiet, and you need to sit with yourself and really start to think about the things that are going on in your life. What do you need? Right? And again, your what might be a who. You might need a vacation, you might need a staycation, you might need a day off of work, you might need to, I don't know, a fun day. Like, you might need to go somewhere where you can just have a good time and laugh and not think. Like, what do you need? And I think the other part, not just immediately within these next 3 weeks, but also just in general, what do you need to live? What do you need to be vibrant? What do you need for life to be full? What do you need to be able to feel like, despite life happening, that, that you're still able to, navigate through it and still enjoy spaces of your life, despite life happening? Like, what do you need? Do you need more money? We all need more money, right? But what does that look like? How can you get more money, right? Do you need to maybe start a business, or the business you've been talking about, you need to now, like, maybe has God been talking to you about that, right? So I want you to really think about what you need, not only over these next 3 weeks, but also as you begin 2024. What do you need? I remember, specifically two occasions when this question was extremely important to me. The first was because people will ask you what you need and you don't know, right? And I don't even know if I shared this um yesterday in the Facebook group, but I feel like I've shared this, on occasion somewhere with my community. But I think you need to have a what do you need list, right? In case of emergencies. So, for example, when I had my son, I remember people asking, "What do you need?" And I was like, "Child, I don't know. Like, this is the first time I've done this. I don't know, right?" And so I learned then to be ready for when people ask me what I need, to have an answer, not necessarily based off of me having another baby, but sometimes you're in spaces where, you just need support, right? You might need grocery money. You might need somebody to, to bring you dinner. You may, I was sick recently and somebody asked what I needed. And I was like, this is what I need, this, and this. And so they sent me, a cash app and was like, here, right? Somebody else actually brought me some food. And so, what do you need in those moments of crisis, in those moments of, trauma and tragedy and sickness, right? What do you need, right? Do you need people to watch your dog? Do you need, like, and maybe it is a what will you need list. I don't know what you call it, but I just call it a what do you need list. But think about, even in those moments, what do you need? Will you need someone to cook for you? Will you need groceries? Most of the times when you're going through certain things, you don't want to cook. So maybe maybe stores, or restaurants that people can get you gift cards from, and you can DoorDash, or a DoorDash gift card where you can just have somebody deliver the food, or they can have groceries delivered, and maybe it's not groceries, but maybe it's snacks that you can eat, that you don't have to make. But what is it like in those moments that you need, right? Somebody to come sit with you. I remember it was great to be able to have somebody come sit with me so I could take a nap when my son was young. Like, what are the things that I want you to really be thinking about that? Because a lot of times, we'll be like, oh, well, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want that. And all of that is great. But sometimes you need other things, right? Why do you want that? And so it's nothing wrong with your wants, your desires, also nothing wrong with your needs. Like, this question could be, what do you desire? Right? What do you desire? Right? Do you know what your desires are? What do you really want? You interchange that with any of those words: need, wants, desires. The question is, do you know? That's the question, right? We're not going to get caught up in the semantics of the word. But do you know? And if you don't know, as your coach, I want you to take some time to figure it out. And guess what? It's okay if it changes. Like what you may have wanted then, you may not want now. What you needed then, you may not need now. What you desire then, you may not desire now. And that's fine. Give yourself permission to choose in this moment to change your mind. Give yourself permission to choose something different. Give yourself permission to want something different. That how you treated me then is like, I want you to treat me differently. I want you to love me this way. I want you to respect my time, right? What do you need? You might need boundaries so that people who are takers don't keep taking because you are a giver. So that's that. I could keep going, and I'm going to pause here because I think I have hammered it in enough. But I really do want you to get a journal. I do want you to take some time to ponder it. I really want you. And if you know, that's great. So then you have a way to navigate, right? On how, because that also should dictate how you're moving based off of what you need. Like, I need this, right? And so how does that work afterwards? So once you have what you need, then what's the next step? Right? What are you doing after that? What do you do with it when you get it? Right? And there may be nothing other than like, I know I need a nap. And so when I get a nap, I'm in a space where I can think a little bit more clearly. I can move a little bit more freely, and I'm rested. Like I'm when the rested me is a lot better than the restless me. And so me needing a nap really helps me show up as my highest and best self. So, just take some time to ponder that. And again, if you don't know what you want or need and you want to spend some time, pondering that and kind of working through it, book the 90-minute strategy session. 90 minutes, we can do a lot in 90 minutes. A lot can happen in 90 minutes. And so, make time to get on my schedule, get on my calendar so that we can help you get clear, and focused. On what it is that you need, but then also why you need it, and then what are the steps and strategies that need to go along with that. So, I'm going to put this down here at the bottom. Make sure you book your Get Unstuck and Get Started 90-minute strategy session for high capacity men and women who, sometimes just need a little push. And so if that's you, may not be what you need may not even be relevant to what we're talking about tonight, but you've been saying, you know what, I really want to connect with Detra. I need to do that. Right. The other part is, in addition to that, I want you to, and I'll pull this up as well, save the date. Can you say save the date? Save the date. Save the date. December 6th, 7th, and 8th, 2024, Niagara Falls, New York. iSpeaklife Live 2024. It's happening. It's going down. And I will tell you that VIP ticket, tickets are going, but we have limited VIP tickets and we're almost halfway sold out of VIP tickets. And so if you want to be in the VIP experience, you want extra and exclusive time with me, then you want to make your way to make sure you get into that, because I'm pretty sure it's going to sell out probably earlier than it did this year, because the women actually got a chance to experience it. And then the ones who were not in VIP got a chance to see what the VIPers experienced and got, because they get special gifts and all that kind of stuff. They get really good food. And so if that's something that like you like that extra treatment, then I want to invite you to join me for VIP. But even if you don't, the ladies who were not in VIP will tell you that they got what they needed anyway. That literally, hands down, the best conference that they attended, because it gave them what they needed in that moment. So hopefully you enjoyed today's tea. Hopefully you will do the assignment that I told you, to take some time to get quiet and really ask yourself, what do you need in these last 3 weeks as we're closing out 2023, and maybe even what you need as you're kicking off 2024. Make sure you continue to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you are liking the videos, commenting on the videos, and sharing the videos. I'm always asking you to share the videos with 5 people that you know, and all you need to do is hit the share button. You can actually share it on your social media pages, in your stories on Facebook and Instagram. You can even, I think, share them or let folks know about them on TikTok, because TikTok has stories as well. But share it on your social media pages. But you can copy the link and literally text it to 5 people and say, hey, make sure you are subscribed to Tuesday Tea with D, and make sure you watch this week's video because it was really good, right? Because the more people that we can get, to watch and listen to Tuesday Tea with D, the more people we can get getting out of their own way, so that they can stop settling and show up for themselves in the same way that they show up for others. So with that being said, thank you again for joining me this week. Thank you for taking in this week's dose and serving of tea. And with that being said, I will see you next time on Tuesday Tea with D. Tuesday Tea with D. Tuesday Tea with D. Tuesday Tea with D.